gel flowers. We're gonna show you how to create incredible dimension, paint these gel flowers using Mission Control right now on Nail School. All right, dude, April showers bring gel flowers. What do we got?
Perfect time for spring and summer, and I want to be able to show you what you can do with Mission Control to create some depth and some topical floral patterns. This is a really basic guide, but I really believe that your customers are going to love this, especially if you understand how to do this with ease. So what I went ahead and did is used one coat of Heaven Help Me in Go Time Gel Polish, and I used it over Tracy's acrylic nail. I cured it for 60 seconds, and now I'm going to begin painting my floral patterns. So what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to create some multicolor petals. And what I've done is I've taken Solar, Clash, as well as Sonic in the Mission Control line, which is a yellow, lime green, and a turquoise color, an aqua color. So what I want to be able to do is just use a little bit of the yellow, and again, I'm going to keep my brush on this side, and what I want to be able to do is, you can see how intense it is, but all I want to be able to do is just kind of push it out, right? Just like this, so that you have a little bit of width, and then just kind of as I come down, right? You're going to notice that I pull down and towards here, right? So you can see that type of, right, a floral petal, okay? Now, before I actually set it, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of Clash, and I'm just going to add it right inside my petal, just like this. And what I can actually do is just kind of drag it through, just to give it a little bit of kind of a smear, kind of a fade. As you can see, I have those two colors, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to set that in the light. I'm going to freeze it inside the light for 10 seconds. Okay, so my next petal, what I want to be able to do is kind of the same thing. I just want to kind of create a blend between the yellow and the Clash. What I'm going to do is touch one side with Solar, touch the other side with Clash. As you can see how I have it on both sides of my brush, just like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to, all the open space right here, what I'm going to do is just kind of push it out. And then what I want to be able to do as I come down, I'm just going to twist my brush lightly, okay? But I want to try to keep it as close to the petal as I can, and then just kind of push out, as you can see, just like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and freeze that inside the light for 10 seconds as well. So down towards this area right here, I'm going to use Clash and Sonic, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to touch one side of my brush, and I'm going to touch the other, so you can see how I have it double dipped. You can see on one corner where it's the lime green, and the other side it's the aqua. So what I want to be able to do is I just kind of want to push it out, as you can see, just kind of flatten the petal out. And then as I come down, I'm going to twist my brush to a kind of a point. That way it ends up coming out like this, okay? Let's go ahead and freeze this for 10 seconds, and then we're going to use Overdrive, which is Mission Control Black, to paint in our fine detailed lines. I'm just going to put a little bit of Overdrive on the tile, okay? Just go ahead and just get a really small amount. So what I want to be able to do is I want to kind of swivel my brush in, right? And you can see that I'm going to be able to get really, really fine lines. What I want to be able to do with this is kind of trace around the edges. So what I want to do is I want to be able to split, right, the petals with the black gel. And what I'm going to do is load my brush up and start from the middle, and I can really come in and just kind of paint in between, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is right here on this side, I just want to make sure that I kind of get this side a little bit thicker, okay? Just like this. And then with this, I'm just going to use this just to really kind of paint in some really, really fine detail, okay? And then I'll use, again, what I have here just to come in and with the very, very tip of the brush, just kind of chase the edge of the flower petal, okay? Just like this, okay? Now, this is the thing. The nice thing about the micro detailer is I'm gonna be able to take the brush, and if I need to come in and just kind of add some really, really fine lines through here, I'll be able to do that. I also want to be able to take a little bit more and just add a little bit of dimension around the edges, as you can see. And then use the brush just to kind of paint in a few little veins. Okay. This is really going to add some depth to your flower. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the petal below. You can see, depending on how much gel I actually have on the tip, I'm going to be able to load it up. And if I lighten up my brush, I'm going to be able to add the dimension that I want. Just by lightening up the tip and kind of floating around the edge. And using that tip just to add a little bit, as you guys can see, some fine lines. And I can start down at the bottom and do the same exact thing. Just kind of paint out some fine lines around the edges. The black is really going to add a lot of detail. That way, whatever you decide that you want to lay in for color, as you can see, you're going to be able to separate both leaves, right, with a lot of character. Once we're done shaping the edges, let's go ahead and get it inside the light. Let's go ahead and add some cuticle oil to the back end. And as you can see, you have this amazing, right, gel 3-dimensional texture that is really going to radiate on your client's enhancements. Mission Control gel paint is an awesome way for you to achieve that 3D floral look. By following the simple steps that I showed you, your client's floral patterns are going to rock for the spring and summer.